All right, ladies, welcome to Mindful Attraction 2.0. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about why men tend to come back when you ignore them. All right, why men tend to come back when you ignore them. This video is very important because I do notice that a lot of women underestimate the power of ignoring someone. And it's a little fucked up because of moral reasons. A lot of women say, I don't like playing games. If he's gonna love me, he needs to love me for who I am. That's fine. Okay, I get it. You want him to love you for who you are, but you're failing to realize how human psychology works. It doesn't matter how good something is. If you do too much of it, you're gonna get bored. You're gonna lose interest. It's that simple. You can have the best video game in the world, but if you play too much of it too often, you're gonna lose interest unless you're as crazy. Unless you're crazy, you're gonna lose interest. And so, a lot of the times, also a lot of the reasons why women don't understand is because they also don't want to let go. They also want to have this fantasy that the dream relationship is a relationship where you guys are always together, where you guys are always spending time together, and that you guys don't have to play games, and that he'll always be with you and he'll never lose interest. And that's just how it is. That's a little fantasy. Somebody told you that, but it doesn't exist. There's a lot of things that you were told that aren't real when you grow up. You have to realize that guys need to be in a sexually competitive state in order to continually fight for you, and that's the truth. But when you're there all the time, it takes away the mystery. It takes away the allure. It takes away the fun out of the relationship. That's the truth. I could promise you that. Ask someone who's in a relationship where they're together, as opposed to somebody who's in a relationship where it's long term. I could promise you that the interaction when they're together is a lot more exciting for those people who are in long distance relationship. There is a logical reason why, because you're not around them, because you miss them, right? So when you ignore a guy, what tends to happen? It means that he's looking for you. It means that he's trying to get your attention. So when you ignore the guy, because he's wanting to get your attention, he's gonna feel deflated. He's gonna be like, "Oh fuck, what's going on?" Right? That happens a lot with you women, right? Where the guy doesn't respond to you, and what happens? You get you love him. Oh my god, who is he? Who's the bitch? You go to YouTube, you go to my channel and shit, and you try to find out what's going on. So when you ignore the guy, you put him in that position where he's putting in the effort, where he's thinking about where are you, where he's thinking about did she lose interest and whatnot, especially if you've been showing signs of subtle disinterest. What tends to happen is that when you do that, it reignites his desire for you. If he was losing interest, by ignoring him for a short time or subtly, it makes him want to get back with you. It makes him want to be around you a lot more. So how could you do that, right? Because you gotta realize that you gotta realize that from time to time in the relationship, you gotta ignore the guy. You gotta make him work for your attention, because if you continually give him attention without working for it, he's gonna get happy, he's gonna get comfortable, and guess what happens when he gets comfortable? He loses attraction. It's the sad truth, but when you get comfortable in life, you lose a lot of that drive. A lot of our drive is made to survive. A lot of the drive that we have towards getting someone is because we fear that they may not like us, so we try to flatter them. So this is how you could ignore the guy. You don't have to blatantly ignore him. Like when he texts you, he's like, "Hey, what's up?" You don't respond. You don't have to do that. You could ignore him by literally ignoring the text message and then responding later on. Like allow him to see red on and then ignore him. Like that's the way that you could ignore him. That's one way, right? By reading the text message and ignoring him and sending him a text message then later on in the day, or seeing a phone call and not picking it up, and calling him and picking it up the next time he calls you, or calling him the next day. If you're used to picking up fast, don't pick up the phone call, right? Even worse, if you're used to picking up the phone fast, hit the end call so that he knows that you literally screened him. It's little stuff like that. Why? Because it's gonna make him question himself. If he was comfortable and he was like, "Yeah, of course she's always gonna be with me. She loves me. Of course, she'll never lose me. I'll never lose her because I have her in my grip." When you do that, it makes him think, "Oh, wait a minute, what the fuck? What's going on here? Who's the guy? Who is there a new guy?" You want him to get in that state, because when you do that, then he's gonna work for you a lot more. And a lot of times you miss out on that opportunity because of fear. Fear of if you ignore him, you might lose him. But you got to challenge your assumptions a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to challenge your insecurities and see if you're wrong. I'm telling you, this happens a lot where I'll see a woman and I'll think that, oh, there's no way she would like me. There's no way that she's going to say hi to me if I approach her. But then when I approach her, she's fucking awesome. She likes me. She's very friendly. Those are the type of situation that the more you fear something and the more you try to challenge them, once you see that your assumptions went really real, it raises your confidence. Damn, she's cute. So that's what tends to happen. And so that's what you got to ignore, guys. You got to do it periodically. When you notice he's getting comfortable, ignore him from time to time. Don't be so out there. Don't give him too much attention. Because then he's going to get comfortable. And that's the trap that a lot of women fall in, where they get the guy too comfortable. Another way to ignore him is to literally, I don't recommend doing this, but I'll tell you this shit fucking works. I don't like it, but it works. So I got to teach it. Is the preemptive breakup. Preemptively breaking up with him. The reason why that works is because anybody who's been in a relationship that's been dumped, what happens when you get dumped? If you really love the person, what are you going to do? You love him more. Let's not lie about that, right? You love the person more. And you try to get them back. You try to be like, oh, don't leave me, baby. I love you, right? But the key is that when you think you lost someone, what happens? You love them more. You may even tell them I love you. I just didn't tell you. That happens. That happened to me, fucking bitch. But my bad. All right, I got triggered. But so preemptively breaking up is literally when you notice that he's losing interest, or when you notice that he's getting way too comfortable. He's not even showing you any attention. He's not taking you out anymore. Literally say, you know what? I'm not happy with this anymore. Just tell him, look, I'm not happy. I think we should take a break. Nah. And he'll be like, but why? I'm sorry, I could change. Nah. Like, just give me a break. Give me a couple days, because I'm just not happy with this right now. You don't have to say it's because of him. All you gotta do is just say, I'm just not happy. I need a break. Ignore him from that on. Make him say, fuck, what's going on? Is she really gonna break up with me? What's going on? Oh my God, I need help. What's gonna happen is that in that moment of, oh my God, what's gonna happen? His attraction for you is gonna go up naturally because of the fear of uncertainty. And when you get back with him, you're like, I'm sorry, let's get back together. He's gonna feel like a new relationship again. He's gonna feel like he was just born again in a relationship per se. And that's the power of ignoring, man. Don't do it when you guys have an argument. Do it when everything's calm, when you guys have no resentment. Just say, look, man, I think we need to take a break. Because then it's not going to be based on argument or negativity. It's going to be just based on something you did. Like, it's not something that I'm angry, but I'm just not happy. So it's going to make the coming back a lot easier. There's not going to be a lot of ego involved and whatnot. And so I'm telling you, like, you have to get in the habit of from time to time ignoring your guy, man, if you continually show him attention, all right? Anyways, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. I hope you guys have a good day, and you guys should definitely expect another video from me today. See you later, and bye-bye.